Hello, English World. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to another episode of Hello, English World, the podcast where we turn I understand everything, but I can't say anything into Watch Me Talk. I'm Rose.
And I'm Leo. And Rose, before we even say hello properly, I want to ask you something.
Go for it.
Have you ever been in a conversation where in your head you're basically a poet? Full sentences, perfect grammar, even a little joke ready to go.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you open your mouth and what comes out is nothing, just silence, or maybe one broken word.
That, my friend, is the exact feeling we are talking about today. It's called freezing. And if you're listening right now and you just laughed a little too hard, this episode is for you.
Today's topic, Stop Freezing, Start Talking. 9 practical real-life tips to help you go from understanding English silently in your head to actually speaking it out loud with confidence in daily conversations.
No boring grammar lecture, no textbook robots, just real tools you can use today in your next conversation, at work, with a friend, or even talking to yourself in the mirror.
Yes, we're going to tell you to talk to a mirror. Stay with us.
Grab your coffee, your tea, your headphones, whatever gets you comfortable, and let's dive straight in.
So, Rose, before the 9 tips, let's talk about the why. Why does this happen? Why can someone read a novel in English, watch movies without subtitles, understand every word of this podcast, and still freeze up in a real conversation?
Great question. And honestly, it's not about intelligence and it's not about vocabulary. Most people who freeze already have enough words in their head to have a decent conversation.
So, what's actually happening?
3 things, usually. First, fear of mistakes. Your brain is scared of sounding wrong, so it hits the brakes before you even start the sentence.
I call that the mental red light.
Exactly. Second, translation habit. If your brain is translating from your first language into English word by word before speaking, that process is just too slow for real conversation speed.
And third?
Lack of practice under pressure. Understanding a language while sitting alone, relaxed, with time to think, that's passive skill. Speaking in real time with someone waiting for your answer, that's a completely different, active skill. You have to train it separately.
That's such an important point. Listening and reading build your understanding, but speaking only gets better by speaking.
Exactly. You cannot become a swimmer by watching swimming videos.
Beautifully said. Okay, let's get into the 9 tips. Rose, want to kick us off with tip number 1?
Tip number 1, stop translating, start thinking directly in English.
This is the big one. This is the root of most freezing.
Right. When you see a cup of coffee and your brain first says the word in your native language, then searches for the English word, then builds the sentence, by the time you're ready to speak, the conversation has already moved on.
So what's the fix?
Start small. Instead of translating sentences, start labeling your world directly in English. When you see your coffee, just think, coffee. When you're tired, think, I'm tired, not translate it.
I actually did this myself years ago. I used to describe my day in English in my head while walking. Simple things like, the sky is gray today. I'm hungry. This street is noisy. No pressure, no audience, just direct English thoughts.
That's a perfect exercise, actually. We'll come back to it in the listener challenge. But the key idea here is the more you think directly in English, the faster your speaking becomes because you remove that translation step completely.
Less translating, more talking. Tip 2, and I love this one, aim for simple, not perfect.
Oh, this saves so many people.
So many learners try to build this beautiful, complex sentence in their head with the perfect grammar, the perfect vocabulary, and while they're building it, the moment to speak passes.
It's like trying to build a full sentence like an architect building a house, brick by brick, when really you just need a simple tent for now.
I love that image. A tent gets you through the storm. The mansion can come later.
So instead of thinking, I would like to inquire whether it might be possible for us to reschedule our meeting to a more convenient time, just say,
Can we change the meeting time?
exactly. Simple, clear, understood. That's 100% success.
Simple English that comes out of your mouth is infinitely more valuable than perfect English that stays stuck in your head.
Tip 3. Make friends with your mistakes. Don't fight them, don't fear them, don't hide from them.
This is emotional as much as it is practical.
It really is. A mistake in speaking is not a failure. It's a data. It shows you exactly what to fix next.
Think about how children learn to speak their first language. They say things wrong constantly. I goed to the park. I have 2 foots. Nobody laughs them into silence. People gently correct them and they keep talking.
As adults, we lose that comfort. We think one mistake means we're bad at English, but every fluent speaker you admire made thousands of mistakes to get there.
Thousands.
So here's a mindset shift. Instead of thinking, I hope I don't make a mistake, try thinking, I'm excited to learn from whatever mistake I make today.
That single shift in attitude removes so much of the freeze. Tip 4, and this connects to what we mentioned earlier, practice speaking daily even when nobody's listening.
This is the mirror trick I promised.
Yes, talk to your mirror, talk to your pet, talk to your plants if you have to.
It sounds silly, but it works because your mouth muscles, your tongue, your breathing, they need physical practice to produce English sounds smoothly. It's muscle memory, just like playing a musical instrument.
You wouldn't expect to play a beautiful song on the guitar if you only read about guitar chords and never touched the strings.
Exactly. So even 5 minutes a day, describing your morning, talking about your plans, giving a fake weather report, anything counts.
And here's a bonus. When you practice alone first, the fear disappears because there's no audience judging you. Then when you're finally speaking to a real person, your mouth already knows how to move.
Tip 5. Learn to use fillers and natural pauses just like native and fluent speakers do.
This one surprises a lot of learners.
It really does, because many learners believe fluent speaking means talking without any pause, like a machine. But that's not true at all. Real speech is full of small pauses, fillers, and thinking sounds.
Things like, well, so actually, let me think. You know.
Exactly. These little phrases buy you time to think while still sounding natural and confident instead of freezing in silence.
So instead of a scary silent freeze, you get a smooth little pause with, that's a good question. Let me think for a second.
And that sounds completely normal. Nobody notices it as a mistake. In fact, it makes you sound more natural, not less.
Fillers are your safety net. Use them without shame. Tip 6, record your own voice and listen back.
Oh, this one is uncomfortable at first.
Extremely uncomfortable. Most people hate hearing their own recorded voice.
But it's one of the fastest ways to improve because you hear your English the way other people actually hear it, not the way it sounds inside your own head.
You'll notice things like, oh, I say a lot, or I'm speaking really fast and skipping the ends of words, or my pronunciation of this particular sound needs work.
And once you notice it, you can fix it. Awareness is the first step to improvement.
A simple version. Record yourself talking about your day for 1 minute using your phone. Listen to it once just to notice, not to judge yourself harshly.
Do this once a week, and after a month, listen to your very first recording again. You will be shocked by how much progress you've made.
Tip 7, shadowing. If you haven't heard this word before, don't worry, we'll explain.
Shadowing means listening to a short piece of natural spoken English, a podcast, a movie clip, an interview, and speaking along with it at the same time, copying the rhythm, the speed, and the intonation.
It's like being the shadow of the speaker, following right behind their voice.
It feels strange the first few times, almost like acting. But that's exactly the point. You're training your mouth to move at real conversation speed.
Tip 8. Find the speaking partner or join a conversation group.
This is where everything we've talked about so far gets tested in real time.
Right, because speaking alone builds comfort, but speaking with another person builds real confidence because now there's a real reaction, real back and forth, real unpredictability.
And it doesn't have to be scary or formal. It could be a friend who's also learning, an online language exchange partner, or a small conversation group, even just once a week.
The goal isn't to sound perfect in front of them. The goal is simply to get used to the feeling of speaking English with another human being watching and listening.
And here's a secret. Most conversation partners are incredibly kind and patient, especially with learners, because they remember being beginners too in some skill at some point in life.
Speaking with someone regularly turns scary and rare into normal and comfortable. That shift alone melts most of the freezing.
And tip 9, our final tip, and maybe the most important mindset of all, focus on fluency first and let perfection come later.
This ties every other tip together.
It does. Fluency means the smooth, natural flow of speaking. Even if some grammar is a little off, even if you use a simpler word instead of the perfect one.
Perfection means grammatically flawless, textbook level accuracy.
And here's the truth. Chasing perfection too early is exactly what causes freezing.
Chasing fluency first actually gets you to perfection faster because you're getting real practice, real feedback, and real confidence along the way.
Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. First, you just want to move forward without falling. You're not thinking about racing techniques or perfect posture. Movement first, refinement later.
Speak now in whatever English you have today. Polish it tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. Fluency today, perfection over time.
That's a wrap on our 9 tips. Let's do a super quick recap before we move on.
Quick fire, ready? 1. Think in English, don't translate.
2. Keep your sentences simple.
3. Make friends with your mistakes.
4. Practice speaking daily, even alone.
5. Use natural fillers and pauses.
6. Record yourself and listen back.
7. Shadow real speakers.
8. Find a speaking partner or group.
And 9. Chase fluency first, perfection later.
9 simple tools. No magic, just consistent, real practice.
Time for our favorite segment, the word tour. Today's theme, naturally, is speaking and confidence.
Word 1. Freeze. To suddenly stop moving or speaking because of fear or shock. Example. I completely froze when the interviewer asked me to introduce myself.
Word 2. Fluency. The ability to speak smoothly and easily without long pauses or struggle. Example, her fluency improved a lot after 3 months of daily practice.
Word 3. Filler. A small word or sound used to fill a pause while thinking, like or well. Example, he used fillers like you know while gathering his thoughts.
Word 4. Shadow as a verb. To repeat or imitate someone's speech right after or along with them. Example, I shadow English podcasts every morning during my walk.
Word 5. Confidence. A feeling of trust in your own ability without excessive fear of failure. Example, speaking daily gave her the confidence to join the group discussion.
Word 6. Awkward. Uncomfortable or embarrassing, often in a social situation. Example, there was an awkward silence before he finally answered.
Word 7. Breakthrough. A sudden, important moment of success or progress after difficulty. Example, that conversation with a stranger was her breakthrough moment in speaking English.
Try using 2 or 3 of these words today in your own sentences. That's how they truly stick.
Now, our grammar tip of the day. Today, we're focusing on something incredibly useful for real conversations, giving advice and suggestions using modal verbs.
This connects perfectly with today's topic because giving advice is something we do constantly in daily conversation.
The 3 modal verbs to know are should, could, and need to.
Should gives a general recommendation. Example, you should practice speaking every day.
Could offers a gentle possibility, a softer suggestion. Example, you could try recording your voice this week.
And need to is stronger, showing something necessary or important. Example, you need to stop translating in your head if you want to speak faster.
Notice the pattern, subject plus the modal verb plus the base form of the main verb without to, except after need to, where to is part of the phrase itself.
Quick practice. Try making one sentence with should, one with could, and one with need to about your own English learning goals. Say them out loud right now wherever you're listening.
Perfect way to combine grammar and speaking practice in 10 seconds.
Time for our real-life story segment. Today, let's talk about someone we'll call Sofia.
Sofia studied English for years. She could read complicated articles, she watched English shows without subtitles, and she scored high marks on every English test she ever took.
But the moment she had to actually speak English with a real person, something strange happened. Her mind would go blank, her heart would race. Words she absolutely knew would simply disappear.
Sound familiar to anyone listening?
Sophia avoided speaking opportunities for a long time. She'd let colleagues talk in meetings while she stayed silent, even when she had great ideas to share.
One day, a friend suggested she try something small. Talk to herself in English for 5 minutes every morning while getting ready. No pressure, no audience.
At first, it felt strange and even a little silly, but Sophia kept going. A week became a month. She started narrating her day, describing her plans, even arguing playfully with herself in English.
Then she added recording herself once a week just to notice patterns. She noticed she rushed her words when nervous, so she practiced slowing down.
After 2 months, she joined an online conversation group, terrified at first, but because she had already trained her mouth and mind through daily practice, the words came out more easily than she expected.
6 months later, Sophia led an entire presentation in English at work. Not perfectly, she still made small mistakes, but she spoke clearly and confidently without freezing.
And that's the whole point of today's episode. Sophia didn't wake up one day suddenly fluent. She built it, tip by tip, day by day, the exact same tools we shared with you today.
Your own version of that breakthrough moment is closer than you think.
All right, it's listener challenge time. Here's what we want you to try this week.
Challenge 1. For the next 3 days, spend 5 minutes talking to yourself in English, describing your day, your plans, or even your feelings. No judgment, no audience, just practice.
Challenge 2, pick one sentence you'd usually say in your first language and figure out the simplest English version of it. Say it out loud 3 times.
And challenge 3. A little braver. Record yourself speaking English for 60 seconds on any topic you like and listen back once. Just notice. Don't judge.
If you complete this challenge, tell us. Leave a comment below the video with the word "freeze no more" and let us know which tip helped you the most.
We read every single comment, and we absolutely love hearing your progress stories.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. 9 practical tips, 1 powerful story, and 1 challenge that could change the way you speak English forever.
Remember, understanding English is already a huge achievement. Speaking it confidently is simply the next, very learnable step, and you now have 9 real tools to get there.
If this episode helped you even a little, share it with a friend who also freezes up when speaking English. Someone out there needs to hear this today.
Don't forget to subscribe to Hello English World for more episodes just like this one. Hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and most importantly,
Stop freezing and start talking.
see you next time.